Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Late Night Gab. I am your co-host, Chad Turbox.
And I am Dee Loog. We have an exciting show here for you where we'll pop off about our current issues, having a groundbreaking interview with the fashion pioneer, Designer, with their new line of blue-collared culture, and to see an exclusive fashion show.
We will be right back. Stay where you are.
Live from Manbrook Studio in Sandwich, New Hampshire, it's Channel 9's Late Night Gab with your hosts, Chad Turbock and Dialogue, featuring a special guest who will rock your socks off. And stay tuned for an exclusive, never-before-seen extravaganza. And now, the Late Night Gab!
Welcome back to the Late Night Gab.
Our first segment is about the crashing and burning of our current lives. Ready, Chad?
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. I was catching up on Grey's Anatomy on TikTok. Doom scrolling has become everyone's favorite pastime. The alluring idea of laying on your couch for 5 hours and being as non-productive as possible has infected our entire population. But it has come with the upside of everyone knowing about every single sitcom now. As long as we can understand who the Bay Harbor Butcher is and why you need to use galvanized steel beams in your personal construction projects, maybe we can see the positives of this activity.
These past couple years in dating culture has been tough. Actually, a friend of mine is adamant about staying in their 6-year loveless relationship to avoid having to ask strangers that they met on a dating app what their relationship with their mom is like every weekend.
The buzzword of the year is artificial intelligence. You can't go more than a day without hearing horror story after horror story of AI taking jobs, stealing human creativity, and repackaging it as their own. Students worldwide are using AI to do their work for them, and others use it to write jokes about how AI is taking their jobs. There's even an M- in this one.
Employees have been complaining that their Sims are reaching their career goals at a much higher rate than them. Maybe it's because they're spending more time worrying about their Sims than their current job.
A recent report from Bank of America found that 57% of Gen Z spends money on a so-called sweet treat at least once a week. And I can understand that. It's hard being an adult. How else am I supposed to do my laundry, go to work, or respond to that one email I've been avoiding all week for absolutely no reason other than I don't want to, without buying myself an $8 coffee that tastes kind of like dirt? But never forget, these sweet treats add up. I hope you never run into the issue of deciding between a cake pop and paying the water bill. Maybe next time, don't get a sweet treat, or else you might end up sleeping on the street. Stop avoiding your banking app. Go look at what you've done.
Influencers are on the rise with their model, all publicity is good publicity. Cancel's influencers have recently started a movement to fight back against their so-called haters. Their protest includes riding across the country on a toxic gossip train, acting in solidarity with one another. Unfortunately, it turned into a real toxic gossip train, with residents flooding the internet with the offenses of their fellow passengers, resulting in a train wreck of the trip that didn't make it past its first stop. So many apology videos were posted in one weekend that YouTube even crashed. Personally, I would have rather been tied to the train tracks.
I love celebrities. They're so messy and complicated. In fact, I think we should all base our lives off of them. Who doesn't want to live with scandal, fake friends, lies, a body full of plastic? The real American dream.
Ever wonder why podcasts have blown up so much in the past couple of years? Everyone has a podcast. Celebrity rewatchers, one-hit wonders, even my own mother. Podcasting is the new TikTok, where TikTok was the new YouTube, and YouTube was the new TV show. TV was the new radio, radio was the new newspaper, and so on and so forth, all the way back to fire. Speaking of which, I think if I ever hear anyone say that they're going to start a podcast, I'm going to set them on fire.
Speaking of lighting things on fire, can we take a moment to talk about crazy fandoms? I have never met such vicious, horrible, evil people in my life. Except for the baristas that make my coffee. I love the flavor of cinnamon spit swirl. Fandoms remind me of political parties, except if you don't agree that two fictional characters should end up together, you'll get doxxed on the internet. I have to give it to them. They're upfront about their hatred for other people. Maybe if we were all open with our hatred, the world would be a better place.
The Nintendo Switch just became the second best-selling console of all time, passing up Nintendo's most other popular system, the Nintendo DS. The Nintendo Switch has been on the market for 8 years now and is still looking to beat the dominating PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 was released in the year 2000, and yet you could still find them lingering in stores across Brazil. It's looking like a race to finish up the line for the popular Nintendo Switch. They may finally take the competitive spot of the gaming system. Well, that's assuming Sony doesn't find another $1 million console in the back of their warehouse that were sold of the chipmunk handlers in Zimbabwe.
The internet has recently coined a term for the matcha-drinking, poetry-reading men who pretend to have an introspection and to get women to like them. These men are so-called performative males. There's been a wave of these performative male competitions across the country where the men who can tell you the most about Taylor Swift takes home the crown.
The numbers 6 and 7, if those two numbers in that order bring to you any type of humorous emotion, you might want to get your brain checked to make sure no damage has been done to it. Philosophers are calling this meme the death of the joke, and stuff like this keeps going on in the same place. We might just end up like that one vegetable clip. In the future, humor will be randomly generated.
Has anyone been keeping up with Florida's news recently? If not, you're in luck. Their most recent headlines are, Florida man with no arms or legs is armed and on the run. Florida man arrested after training pet alligator to run after small children. No children were harmed. And my personal favorite, Florida woman arrested for kidnapping squirrels in hopes of building an army of squirrels in basement.
Gen Z is now grappling with the fact that they are no longer the cool ones anymore. That title now belongs to Gen Alpha, the corniest name of the generation could be. If Gen Z wasn't so scared of confrontation to the point where they would eat the wrong meal that was given to them, maybe they could bully Gen Alpha about their dumb name.
But after all, I think something we all should consider is to stop with the laboo-boos and try picking up a book.
That's a lot to take in. I wonder what else is in store for us.
After this break, we will have an interview with the amazing designer about their brand new fashion line.
Are you a sad sack of a man who needs to turn their life around? Well, never fear. Ben Lifting is here.
For only 5 small payments of $99.99, you can gain access to all of my personalized content. And you can become
Bolder, bigger, manlier.
And if you buy in the next 20 minutes, you'll even get access to my 7-day diet plan and a discounted podcast subscription. What are you waiting for? Man up and join today.
Hey kids, tired of your plastic not giving you joy? Are your screens just not satisfying your sense of play? Yearning for something to fill the hole in your life that doom scrolling doesn't reach? Well, fear not, as the newest toy from Toymax might be for you. That's right, grass is the latest and hottest toy from Toymax, suitable for all ages, and there's so much to do with it. Touch it! Water it! You can even eat it! The possibilities are endless! Call today at 1-800-GRASS-UP and get the best toy of the century. Again, that's 1-800-GRASS-UP to claim your grass now.
Have you been personally victimized by Ben Lifting? Have you lost thousands of dollars and your pride?
I'm here to help. With Justin True, you will secure true manliness, taking out your insecurities on a third party. Show that once and for all, brain is better than brawn.
Winning cases not guaranteed. All sales final. No refunds. Justin True is not liable for any distress caused on the premises. Ben, if you're hearing this, I hate you and you ruined my life. I will get you.
Justice will be served.
Your blender shouldn't just have to be used for basic kitchen operations. That's why purchasing the brand new Ultra Blender should be at the top of your list. The Ultra Blender is more than a blender, it's an experience. Need to whip up a quick dressing? Just put all the ingredients in and voila! Need to do some construction work? Toss in your concrete powder and start pouring. Need a place to cry over your latest ex? Cry right into the Blender Dome and no one will hear a thing. Need to hide the body? Just stuff it in, press the power button, and wave goodbye to all those complicated disposal methods. The Ultra Blender isn't just a kitchen utensil, it's your solution to everyday problems. So don't wait, get yours today.
Perfume makes a person. It glides through air, it surrounds us. It envelops us in its loving arms, guiding us to become the best version of ourselves. Perfume makes us flourish. Fleur, a new fragrance by Smells Good. Flourish wondrously. Available now.
Welcome back. Tonight we learn all there is to know about fashion and passion, introducing our special guest, designer, here to give us the know-how about blue-collar fashion. Welcome to the show, Dee. It's so good to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit about your fashion?
Fashion is everything. It is everywhere. Fashion is what you feel in your soul. It is the birth of a new life. Fashion is the sound of your underpaid employees crying. Fashion is who I am.
That's so poetic. Do you think fashion is in my soul too?
No. I mean, of course, I can really see how much effort you put in. It screams how hard you are trying.
You flatter me too much. What was your inspiration for this new line?
This line I called blue collar couture. I was inspired by the hard-working citizens all around the world, the people who do not get enough respect or recognition. They deserve to wear high fashion too. I hope they send this message to all the workers around the world that they can look better when they are putting in the hard work. Although I don't know if they have enough money to afford my designs.
Probably not, but at least it'll be trendy now. I'm sure these blue-collar outfits will sell out everywhere because of the effort that you put into this line. Next, how did you get started in this industry?
Well, it began when I was just a small child, about 5 years old. I wanted to be a fashion designer as long as I can remember, and I worked very hard to get to where I am today. I did not come from much, but my mother did what she could to make my dreams come true. The first design I ever created was for our butler. His first one was just so drab, and so I went and to fund my next project, my mother took the money from the uniform out of our butler's paycheck to ensure that I had been paid for my hard work. And then I got into many prestigious fashion schools supported by my parents every step of the way. They even went so far as to calling to put in a good word for me. Eventually, I got hired by a close family friend as a designer for her spring fashion line, with the intention of handing over the company to me when she retired a few years later, and here I am.
That's quite the story. It's so inspiring to hear how you clawed your way up the ranks and how supportive your family has been along the way. What's so unique about your fashion?
I think that my fashion is unique because no one has done anything like what I have before. No one has ever thought to take clothing that the blue-collar workers wear and make it high fashion. No one has ever been inspired by the common people. They're so boring. The way adventure is uncharted territory, and that is what makes my fashion like no other.
You are truly a visionary, coming up with such a unique concept. What do you hope your fashion says about you?
I have been told that I am very aloof. After such a valuable compliment, I hope that I can continue to live up to that expectation to my work. I want my fashion to scream aloof to every onlooker who views it.
I can definitely get that from your creations. How impressive. Now can you get your creative process in this line?
That is such a great question. There is nothing as precious as the human mind. You know, it is literally so full of thoughts. It makes me emotional. Just thinking about it, my creative process involves a very strict regimen. First, my brain must be cleansed of all of those thoughts, and I need to make a fresh start. I'm like a robot, you know? I have to be reprogrammed in order to do what I have to do. One of the hardest things ever, take a 2-week sabbatical to my retreat in the Swiss Alps. It is very hard to be out there in my little cabin, but it is so worth it to take a break from the world.
More people should take a break from the world. They get too upset about bills and day-to-day life.
That is so true. When I had to go to the Swiss Alps, it's hard work. Most people don't work hard like I do. So that's my first step. Diet is also a critical part of my process. I need to cleanse not only my mind, but my body. I have recently been obsessed with eating the liver of the cow and add a side of fish eggs and raw ostrich egg. It is so good.
I've been obsessed with deer liver myself.
That is a little weird. Anyway, my next step is to just start drawing. It comes so naturally to me. I was thinking about my struggle and my sacrifice by going to my mountainside resorts, and that essence is the heart of my line. Real hard work.
Amazing, so well done. I have one final question for you. What do you think is in store for the future of fashion?
That is such a deep and philosophical question. It really is. It's something about that keeps me up at night. I think that the future of fashion is as diverse as the world is. Just like things are there are so many different bugs. There are so many forms that fashion can take. It can be sharp, like a bee, or soft, like a butterfly. And I've been so into nature lately. I can see that nature is being reflected in our synthetic piece of clothing. The future of fashion is what we make it. And I think that is the most beautiful thing.
Let's give a round of applause for our guest.
Thanks. You're too kind. You're too kind.
And let's give it up for me. I'm only kidding. I'll stop it. You'll flatter me. We'll be right back with the fashion show after this quick break.
Curses upon this vending machine. This will be the first of civilization to go when I win my Nobel Prize and take over the world. Finally, sweet nourishment is mine.
Welcome back to Late Night Gab, where we pop off about current issues.
Here in the studio, we have fashion on our minds. Models Mandy Quinn and Mo Dill are showing off the latest and greatest fashion items with the blue-collar culture. Our first look, your banker at the beach, sporting their usual vacay attire with sand-covered flip-flops, swim trunks over suit, and sunglasses, perfect for a day away at the office.
Next we have Lawyer After Dark, all tied up together with a half unbuttoned shirt, one missing shoe, and a tall wine glass in hand filled with wine their most recent client gave them as a thank you for getting them out of paying child support.
Your college's highest rated professor, according to the rate, my professor is next, showing off professor getting groceries. Rapidly oversized shades, baseball cap, and a fake beard to try to avoid being noticed by their students, who are also their neighbors.
With style to spare and at least $30 million in the bank, this CEO, after a stressful day, is someone you might want to watch out for. The stock is dropping quickly, but this fashion is only on the rise.
House, apartment, shack, or tent, this real estate agent during a stop at the fast food chain is making me real hungry for design. While you may not instantly see the genius in this piece, rest assured that you will be sold.
Love them or hate them, this politician is in a close election and is someone you'll need to vote for if you want to elect them as your first fashionista in office. They will make sure all voices are heard and all problems receive the style they need.
Our final style of the day, this man truly means business, as our salesperson loitering outside your house stands on duty, ready to give you the deal of the life with fashion gossip galore. Only someone with smooth words and a wardrobe could pull off something this stunning as we watch him sit next to your window to see if you are home.
That was so good. I really love the lawyer one. Such a blue-collar job. It makes me want to pick up a shovel and get to work.
I know. Personally, I love the professor one. I never had to go to college as I immediately started working on my father's multi-million-dollar business. But that design made me feel as if I had. We'll be right back after this station promo.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 9, your one stop for all things entertainment. Stay right where you are because we have some exciting programs coming up. After the late night gab, we have the nightly news with Chad Turbox. In the morning, catch Wake Up with Sunny Rays. Don't miss a new episode of The Hugh Man Show and a special episode of The Review with Cinema. Thank you to our sponsors, Loaded, America's #2 diaper, Beans and Dreams Company, and Pigs and Wigs Amusement Park. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 9.
That was an amazing show with an even more amazing fashion designer. Let's give it up once more for tonight's guest, Designer.
That was truly something special. Timely subject too. So glad that she is shedding light on an important topic, blue-collared workers.
That's all we have time for in tonight's episode of The Late Night Gab. I'm your host, Chad Turbox.
And I'm your host, Dia Lug. See you next week, and remember, if you see something, gab all about it.
Thanks for joining us tonight on The Late Night Gab with hosts Chad Turbox and Dia Log. We'll see you next time, and remember, if you see something, gab all about it.